Okay, windows, doors, porches, all the sort of detail can get very fiddly. I've found lots of different ways to do it. Some it's really helpful if you've got the CAD plans and we do groups and components and all sorts, but as not everybody will have that, we'll just draw directly onto the model to begin with. Okay, how much detail you want to go to is entirely up to you. First thing I want to know, I'm using my tape measure tool, I want to know the location of my window. So I've measured and I know the bottom right hand corner of my window is 1 meter up, 1000, click, drag on, make sure you're on the red line, 700. So 1 meter up, 700 in is the bottom right hand corner of my window, and I've used the tape measure tool to make the guide. Starting from that point I've created, I'll then draw a rectangle. Just as normal, I'm going to drag it out, make sure it says on face, we want to stay parallel with the building, and I am going to type in my dimensions, which for me is 1300, comma, 1000. Enter. And there's my basic window. Now, I'm going to use the copy facility to try and make my frame. My frame is 90mm thick, so use the move tool, click on one of the edges, and you'll see it distorts the window. But if you tap the control key on the keyboard, I've turned it from a move to a copy. So I just drag down the direction I want to go. I can type 90, hit enter, same on the side, click, make sure you hit the control key so you're copying, not moving, drag in the direction you want to go, type 90. Click on the bottom, drag up, control key, so as you're not moving, you're copying, 90, and the same on the side, drag in, control key, 90. So that's the thickness of my frame. I've created some construction lines I don't need, so zoom in, all these little fellas on the outside I don't need, so it's click, delete, oops, click, delete, click, delete, and I've got a frame. I've got sort of Georgian windows in my house with lots of little panes, so you could go on and on. I'll just do a little, I won't do it all now, I'll just do a little bit more. Same principle, I'm going to draw a line, center point to center point. I've got a 90mm frame down the middle, so this time I'm going to use the move tool on that line. This time I am going to move, not copy. I'm going to go to the side 45mm, so drag to the side 45, hit enter. Same tool on that line, control key this time because I'm going to make a copy of it back the other way, 90mm. So I've actually got a 90mm frame in the center there, selection tool, get rid of the little construction lines that we don't need, oops, get rid of the little construction lines, and we could go on and on, line tool, center of here, move tool, up. These are only about 40mm thick on my windows, they're not the same, so I'll go up 20 on a move, click it again, come down, control key, so I'm now doing a copy, down another 20, and there you go, that's a 20mm bar. Okay, get rid of the bits of construction that you don't need, and I could go on and on breaking these down, but I'll stop there, you get the idea. To get some relief, I'm going to use the push-pull tool. All tools we've used before, nothing unusual, and you'll see I've now got my frame as one surface and I can push that in. I'm going to go 75mm, hit enter. These are my glass window panes, so I'm going to go in 100 on these because they're recessed in further, so I can type 100. Same here, push-pull, go in 100. I've not finished it, but I'll do this big one as well in 100. And you get the idea. You start getting some panes and some relief, and once we've got some textures on, that's going to start looking just fine. Okay, I'll show you the one I did on my model. Just open a different file, and you can see obviously same process. I just carried on, breaking it down into panes. And I did the same for the porch, the door you can see in the background there, the window, it's all done using the same techniques, the windowsill is all there. So a bit fiddly, there are other methods of doing it, but that's a fairly safe method to start with. A bit laborious, but there you go. Okay, so that's it for this one. Cheerio!